If you think you are suffering, or if you think you've suffered, wait until you hear the story of Dr. Warren Kizza Besigye Kifefe, who was the medical personal doctor of Museveni in the Bush War from 1982 up to 1986, and currently he's celebrating Christmas in prison. So, Kizza Besigye was born in Rukungiri on April 22nd, 1956. That is in the southwestern part of Uganda. Apparently, his father was a policeman and his mother, but they both passed away when he was still at a very tender age. So he went to Mbarara Junior and eventually to Kigezi High School, and then he ended up at Makerere University in 1975. In Makerere, he studied medicine and surgery, and he graduated with a bachelor's in medicine and surgery. So upon finishing his school in Makerere in the 1980s, he briefly worked in Mulago before then applying and moving to Nairobi, where he worked in Aga Khan Hospital, and then in Kenyatta National Hospital. As he's working, he hears about a very ambitious man known as Museveni, who's trying to redeem Uganda, and that he had gone into the bush to fight in 1981. And so Besigye leaves his job and goes to the bush to liberate Uganda, the movement. So he goes, and in the bush, he was serving as the personal doctor for Museveni. But now, the bush war ends, and actually, Besigye is given a position in the government as a state minister for internal affairs. He also continued and got other positions in the government up to until 1999 there. In July of 1999, he married his wife, known as Winnie Byanyima, who was also a member of parliament then, prominent in the political scene. Now, in 1999, it is said, guys, in the NRM itself, people were already having issues. They were starting to rumor that President Museveni is not going according to plan. The nepotism and privatization was already starting, and in fact, Besigye calls them out for selling off UBC to apparently General Salim Saleh, who is the president's brother. I don't know, it's apparently, guys. So in all that, apparently they were having already internal issues in the NRM, and in fact they said, they even informed the big man, the president, and told him, some opposition is brewing, and he's like, that's the story for another day. It's not a big deal. It turned out to be a big deal. Anyways, now in the 1990s, in 1999, in the NRM, they were discussing about the challenges of the movement. And they said Museveni was starting to be part of the problem. But the challenge was they didn't have anyone good enough to replace him at that time, apparently.